Hi guys, Tara Malarkey here, founder of Seven Figure Femme and High Ticket Empress. One of the things that I did this morning was I did a short little Instagram live, and you guys can go check that out on my page if you want to. But I was reminding you all that, now is such an important time to stay focused on you. Stop delaying, stop excusing and thinking you need more of this and more time and you're gonna wait because of blah, blah, blah. It's now. It's now. Okay, so the thing that I wanted to then share with you in this live is how to make sure your webinar gets call bookings. Okay, so let me preface that a little bit. In here, I stand for high ticket sales. And the reason for that, there's a lot of reasons. There's so many reasons I could go into. But let's just say that's different than selling a course, a digital product, right? For $7.97 or $5.97 or $9.97 or whatever the thing is. I don't believe in that for a couple of reasons. One, the business model in terms of profitability doesn't work. For most people, it takes you a very long time and actually costs you a lot of money in order to have the audience that's gonna, the numbers that you need in your audience to actually make a profit, right? And so it's a much harder business model. And so why? Also, our clients do not need any more information that they are going to download onto their computer. One of the things that we get sometimes is last year, I started selling High Ticket Empress as a digital course. And I wanted to try it. I wanted to see what would happen. And what I found was lots of women joined, amazing women. And most of these amazing women have stepped up into what I call the accelerator, the High Ticket Empress Accelerator, because it's a actual coaching program. The reason I stopped selling the digital program is because I don't believe that it's the highest and best way to serve my people. So someone could think that the best way for me to serve my people is to give them a cheaper way to work with me. But I don't believe that. I actually believe that the more that someone invests and then the more that I support them, that is the best thing I can do for them. And so what I noticed is that people left to their own devices, like i.e. watching videos without me holding them accountable, they weren't actually going to get sustainable results. They got results. They sold their first high ticket program, right? They understood the model. They started it, but it's really hard to continue that, to really stay in the zone that you need to be in without support. And so it no longer felt in alignment for me to sell this at $19.97. $1,997 was the digital course price. Okay. So now it's a high ticket program, and it actually was a high, it's always been a high ticket program. Okay. But, I just decided to sell the course without coaching and see how that went. And yeah, people bought it, but I didn't feel like it was in alignment for me. So I'm telling you this because you might think, oh, I should sell a course. It's going to be like passive income and I don't have to do anything. And believe me, let me tell you, it's not the way. It's not the way for you in terms of cash flow, profitability, business, building a company that actually works. And it's not ideal for your client. It's actually not serving them at the highest level. So let's just not do that, okay? So if you have decided that, like I've taught you, that you want to go all in on having a high ticket business, right? That takes some worthiness work. That takes some I believe I'm worthy and deserving, yeah? But if you've decided that, then you know that the only way to sell high ticket is on the phone. Now, could you sell high ticket over Messenger sometimes because someone knows they want to work with you? Absolutely. But for the most part, you need to get on the phone and you need to talk to this person. Anything above $3,000, people won't pay for on a sales page, right? It's a bigger investment and they need to talk to the person or a representative from that person's team. And the reason for that is just because it's a higher investment and, it's kind of like buying a car. You need to know that the car is actually there and, there's some trust building that has to happen. You want to make sure that this person's like, yes, this would work for you and all that. So that means that you need to have call bookings, okay? And we teach you, a lot about sales in High Ticket Empress, because getting good at sales, really shifting your own frequency around sales and what it means to allow someone to step into their highest level while maybe parting with $10,000 is a gift, right? There's some frequency shifting that needs to happen there sometimes, but you need to get people on the call. So how do we get people on the call? Well, we need to do some things that create their desire to get on a call with us. And that is what marketing is, right? And most of you that are in here, you're probably like, I'm not a marketing genius, and that's why I need your help. And so I am really delighted to do that with you, because I love marketing, actually. I love helping clients understand how they need to talk about what they do in a way that will create desire in their ideal client, okay? So we have that taken care of. In order to have a high ticket business, you need to do sales calls, discovery calls, whatever you want to call them, it doesn't matter. But let's just say for business purposes, they're sales calls. And you need to have a way to get people on sales calls. And so in our system, we set up a very simple 3-page funnel that includes a webinar, and that webinar runs evergreen. What's known as evergreen, which is that it's just running all the time. So someone could watch it at 3:00 in the morning if they want to, right? You're not doing a live webinar. Now, you could do a live webinar if you wanted to in the beginning and just test it out and all that. We teach you how to do that, like a beta program. But once you have it up and running and people are buying it, then you go evergreen, which means that it's just running all the time and people can book calls with you all the time. Now, the biggest mistake, we have women come to us all the time. They already have tried webinars, right? And they haven't worked. And the worst thing about that is that then they believe that it's not gonna work. But that's not true. It's because you need to do your webinar in a certain way so that it works, yeah? And so I'm gonna give you a couple things, but the main thing, the number one thing, you ready? The number one thing is you have to create curiosity. Okay? You have to create curiosity. And how do you do that? Well, you teach less. You teach less and you inspire more. You teach less and you inspire more. Now, some might hear teach less and think, you want to withhold and kind of not be generous and all that. That's not what I'm saying. I think anyone who's watched my webinar knows it's very generous. I teach you a whole new strategy, right? I open up your eyes on a whole new way of how you could run your coaching business. But I don't teach you exactly how to do that. Why? Well, because I know that you likely cannot implement it on your own. Right? So even if I did do that, I'd be setting you up for failure, because I'd be giving you details and you'd be like, I don't know how to do this. You need more time. You need more support. You need more with me in order to implement it. But I can give you the high level, which is still teaching you something, but it's not teaching you the exact details, right? And so I create a lot of curiosity that way, right? And so that's the thing there. Teach less, inspire more. And I'm going to give you a couple ways in which you can do that. All right. So number one is that you, as a high ticket coach, you are selling a result. That's it. Okay. You're not selling a program. You're not selling what do I try to say? You're not selling a program. You're not selling a session. You're not selling a video, a challenge, retreat. I don't know. You're just not selling a thing. People will only pay high end for a transformational result. And so you have to really think about how you can package up all you do into what is a transformational experience. And that's very simple. It's the person is here, they want to be here, and you're going to help them bridge the gap. The person is here, they want to be here, and you're going to help them bridge the gap. The person is here in a important stay up at night, I can't sleep thing, and they want to be here. And if they got here, life would be so much better. Stress would be less. Joy would be higher. They would sleep more, their family would be happier, the things that matter, right? It has to be about that. It has to be about that. It cannot be about a trivial thing. It can't be like, oh, I'll teach you how to ride your bike faster, right? Because that's not transformational. It's a thing. It's a momentary thing. And they could find that on YouTube. But that's not a transformational result. So you got to figure out what is the thing that causes them a lot of pain. It's where they are right now, and they don't want to be there. And if it changed and went to their ideal scenario, they'd be like, oh my God, my life is just so much better. It's in alignment. It's what I came here for. It's everything. And that can be related to career, money, business, abundance, wealth, health, death, relationship, divorce, getting into a relationship. Like, these are the things that make people stressed if they're not going well, right? How to ride my bike faster doesn't keep me up at night, unless maybe I'm Lance Armstrong or something. So you can think about that. How do you package up what you do into a thing that helps someone with this major pain that they have, and then would help them get into their ideal scenario? Now, a word on results. Can you guarantee your result? No. No one can guarantee results. No coach can guarantee results. Why? Because there's so many variables. The main one being that you don't know if your client's going to do the work, because you can't do it for them. You can show them the way, right? Because you've been through it, or you've studied it, or both. You can show them the way, but you can't do it for them, right? I mean, we'd all agree. So like, you cannot guarantee a result. So you have to be okay with the fact that you are going to unequivocally be in alignment with saying and telling and knowing that you can help them, but you cannot say for sure that they will be there at the end, because that's up to them. Yes? Let's be clear on that. Take some of the pressure off yourself. All right, so circling back, the number one thing is curiosity. The number one thing you can do to guarantee you get call bookings from your marketing or your webinar is creating curiosity. A couple words on that are that you need to understand that you're providing a result. That's the only reason why people would want to work with you. And so be clear on what your result is and what the pain is that they're in before you go in and create your webinar. The other thing you want to really think about here, very important on how to create curiosity, is what is your new opportunity? What is your new opportunity? So what I mean by that is that we're always shifting and evolving and changing, and there's always different ways to do things. So for me, for example, in the personal development coaching consulting industry for women and men, but let's say women, launching has been the way that women grow their businesses. That has been the way. And I think launching is a death sentence. I just do. I think it's terrible. I don't want to do it. I tried it. I hated it. And there's lots of reasons for that. And so my way is one offer and one evergreen funnel, and then knowing your numbers to grow and scale to multi-millions if you want to. That's my new opportunity. Yeah? Did I invent it? Nope. Nope. But I have a clear contrast for those who are going to be really like tuned into this and want this model. They're going to speak, it's going to speak to them. They're going to be like, I don't want to launch. Oh my God, she has another way. This way is genius. I want to do it like her. Okay. And they're like, but how do I do it? And then they book a call. So same with you. Whatever it is that you do, you have to think, what is the old way that people have been teaching people how to do that thing? Old way. There's always an old way. There's always an old way, like health, right? You could say that for years, since the 80s or something, that trainers have been telling people they need to do like extreme workouts, starve yourself, restrict yourself, and, put your whole body into a state of stress in order to lose weight. Yes, everyone wants to lose weight. I mean, maybe not everyone, but like a lot of people. It's a pandemic. The problem of weight gain is an issue for most Americans. And so if you that's a result that you can help them with, right? But you might have a new way. The old way is to do these extreme things that send your body into a state of stress. And you have learned through your experience that there's another way, and you're going to teach them this other way. And then you clearly point that out to them in your marketing or in your webinar. So your new opportunity will create curiosity. Okay. Then the final piece I'll say is throughout the webinar, you are going to answer their objections. This is a sales process that actually works for you. So it answers all their questions before they get on a call. They're much more qualified. They're ready to buy, right? It just makes your life so much easier. So what you're going to do is make sure you showcase your new opportunity, which showcases the result that you give or that you help facilitate. And then in the secrets or in the shifts or in the breakout of the webinar, you're going to answer their objections. The ones that they say, well, it won't work for me because blah. I can't do that because of blah. You are going to know what those things are. And I teach you actually in High Ticket Empress how to create a survey and how to get clear on what those things are. If you don't know, you can actually get your audience to tell you. But if you already know what their objections are, that won't work for me because blah. Then in your webinar, you're going to actually answer their questions. It's going to actually take the objection away. By the time you're done explaining it, they're going to be like, oh, I can do it. That would work for me. Or at least they're closer to believing that it would, enough to what? Book a call with you. The biggest thing you can do for your business to make sure that you actually have a sustainable business is to have calls that come to you on autopilot. And so perfecting this process is a multi-million-dollar valuable effort. It changes the game. Like always, if you want more support, if you want to understand exactly how to do this, then you want to book a call with my team ASAP. You can go to highticketempress.com/call application. There's a little video there for you, and you'll get my 50K offer cheat sheet as soon as you book the call that you can start using in your business right away. So excited to help you guys. This is the new paradigm of feminine marketing. I am so excited for you to get this. And remember what I said in the beginning, stay focused. Do not get distracted right now. Your wealth creation and bringing your feminine genius to the world is of the utmost importance right now. I love you.